You've definitely seen this bird before. It's that classic rusty red chicken you picture pecking around a farm, like the image of an American chicken. But what if I told you there's a wild story hiding behind those feathers? One that involves meticulous design, a pretty dramatic family split, and even a surprise role on the front lines of modern science. Let's get into it.
So what's the big deal? What actually makes this chicken a legend? Well, the answer takes us on this amazing journey. All the way from 19th century farms to, you won't believe this, high-tech laboratories.
First off, we need to be clear. This isn't just any chicken. I mean, this bird is so deeply woven into the American story that it's the official state bird of Rhode Island. It's a real symbol of ingenuity and self-sufficiency.
And that idea of ingenuity, that is the absolute key to its origin story. See, this breed didn't just happen by accident. It was intentionally forged, practically designed from the ground up on the farms of New England to be the perfect all-around bird. And this whole process was incredibly deliberate. We're talking for over half a century, farmers were meticulously crossbreeding birds. They took super hardy chickens like the Malay from Asia and mixed them with fantastic egg layers like the Leghorn from Italy. They were aiming for a very specific result, and by 1904, the American Poultry Association made it official. They basically said, yep, you did it. This is a success.
And here's a fun little fact for you. Before it got its famous name, the breed was actually known by the names of the farmers who were pioneering it. People called them trip fowls or John Macomber fowls, a direct shout out to the people who were carefully shaping this breed's future right in their own yards.
So what was the goal of all this careful breeding? Well, it was to create the ultimate dual-purpose bird. You gotta remember, before huge industrial farms, families needed a chicken that could do it all. And boy, did the Rhode Island Red deliver.
First up, eggs. A traditional Rhode Island Red is an absolute powerhouse. We're talking between 200 and 300 rich, brown eggs every single year. For a small farm, that's an incredibly reliable source of food and income.
But it wasn't just about the eggs. I mean, look at these weights. These are not small birds. A mature rooster can weigh around 8.5 pounds, which made it an amazing source of rich flavored meat. It was truly the best of both worlds.
And all of this is exactly why it became so popular. The Rhode Island Red is just plain tough. It can handle cold winters, so-so food, and even basic shelter, and it still keeps producing. It was the perfect low-maintenance, high-return animal for homesteaders. The only catch? The roosters. They can be notoriously aggressive.
But then, right around the 1940s, the story takes a really dramatic turn. As farming started to become more industrial, this one breed diverged, and it split down two very, very different paths. So on one path, you have the heritage old type. That's the heavy, dark red, dual-purpose chicken we've been talking about. And sadly, this is the fate of a lot of older breeds. It's now so rare it's actually on a conservation watch list. But on the other path, you have the modern industrial version. This chicken was selectively bred for one thing and one thing only, laying the absolute maximum number of eggs. It's smaller, it's paler, and it's the bird you're going to find on massive commercial farms today. And you know, the story could have ended right there. An old breed gets pushed aside. But the Rhode Island Red has this surprising third act, a brand new role that takes it far away from the farm and puts it right at the forefront of scientific research.
That's right, from the barnyard to the lab, the exact same toughness and hardy nature that made it a homesteader's dream now makes it an absolutely invaluable partner for scientists fighting some of the world's scariest diseases.
So how does this work? It all comes down to a concept called SPF, or Specified Pathogen Free. And this is where things get really wild. Famous institutions like the Roslin Institute raise these chickens in completely sterile, isolated environments. You can think of it like a biological clean room. This makes them a perfect blank slate. I mean, if you're trying to develop a vaccine or understand a virus, you can't have other random germs muddying up your results. An SPF chicken gives researchers a perfectly clear, controlled environment to see exactly what a disease does and exactly how a treatment works.
And what are they studying? Oh, just some of the biggest threats to all of us. When scientists want to understand how a new strain of avian influenza, that's bird flu, could potentially jump to humans, they study it in these chickens. When they need to create safer food by fighting salmonella, they use these chickens. They're also absolutely crucial for developing vaccines for devastating poultry diseases like Murex disease that could literally wipe out entire food sources. This bird isn't just a piece of history. It's on the front lines, helping protect our global food supply and our health.
So when you tie it all together, you see this incredibly rich legacy. This one breed tells a story about American history, about massive changes in agriculture, and even about mind-blowing scientific breakthroughs.
This quote really just sums up the whole journey perfectly. The breed was born from a need for a do-it-all, versatile animal, but its path was completely reshaped by industrial demands. And yet, that fundamental toughness has given it an entirely new, vital purpose in the world.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? The story of this one chicken shows that even the most common things can have these extraordinary hidden histories. And it leaves us with a final question. What other legends are just waiting to be discovered, maybe even right in our own backyards?